It was eyes down, started for 10 this afternoon at White Hot Lane. Everyone wanted to know the answer to one question. Are you happy with George Graham being manager of Spurs?
No.
Why?
The geezer is Arsenal through and through.
On balance, I think yes. I think he could probably sort things out here. He's not very charismatic, but he's probably the man for the situation at the moment.
He could sort out the defence, but apart from that, you know, he's Arsenal.
He's got Arsenal blood in him, and I don't know if I really want that at Tottenham.
Everyone's going, no, we're going to win trophies. We're more than likely to get relegated with him. Never mind winning trophies with an Arsenal man.
Are you concerned he's not actually nailed it and said, I'm going to stay at Leeds?
I'm not concerned, I'm convinced. He's going Monday. He's gone Monday. We know he's gone, let's be honest.
Yeah, we stood by him. He should stand by us. He should on his contract. He's got no right walking out. The Spurs fans don't even want him.
Rumours of protests by Tottenham fans never materialised when Leeds arrived in N17. The man at the centre of the storm looked relaxed. However, his absence from the customary pre-match walkabout seemed to suggest that perhaps he was feeling the pressure after all. The game started 10 minutes late, but no one seemed to mind. Spurs could have gone ahead within the first minute, but it was Leeds who took advantage from this set piece. Gunnar Halle, totally unmarked, put the visitors ahead. At this point, one can't be quite sure whether George Graham is making notes on his attack or the Spurs' defence. Spurs decided to play Leeds at their own game, a well-flighted corner, and Leeds are as startled as their opponents were a few moments ago. Ramon Vega's equaliser initiating the response, stand up if you want the truth from the Leeds faithful. The response was unanimous. 25 minutes into the game, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank did his best to allay any fears that cracks were beginning to appear in the Ellen Road setup. The Dutchman putting Leeds 2-1 up after a breakdown in communication between Bardson and Vega. The fans were still trying to get a response from the manager. Meanwhile, during half-time, Peter Ridsdale had a quiet word with the Leeds fans. In the second half, George Graham had relinquished his seat in the director's box and was now pitchside. 15 minutes into the half, and Clive Vinehardt's goal seemed to put the game beyond Tottenham, after David Hopkin had once again prized open the Spurs' defence. It was the third time this season that Spurs had had 3 goals scored against them at home. But Spurs found another gear. Ferdinand was replaced by Iversen, and it was the Norwegian who put the home side back in the match. The Lily Whites were now on a roll and went searching for an equaliser. With only seconds left to play, Captain Sol Campbell pulled them level in dramatic fashion. Spurs are now 13th with 8 points and Leeds 5th with 11. A great game, but it still left the underlying issue. Has it been difficult to prepare this week, George, bearing in mind what's been going on?
No, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother the players. I mean, I'm a great one for doing a lot of work on the training pitch. And we've trained very hard this week and the boys have been superb. But I could say that's probably the worst I've seen in my back four play. We were poor today.
And that was a game that we can hold up and enjoy and remember. So, no, the truth is very simple, so that everyone knows. This club did approach Leeds United. Leeds United are aware of that approach. They have told their manager, George Graham. Whether they agree, in the end, any compensatory figures that are discussed, we shall have to see. Once that has been discussed and agreed, then Leeds may give George Graham permission to speak to Tottenham.
In the first half, the Leeds fans that travelled here today were quite adamant that they were upset with what had gone on. You spoke to them at half-time. What did you say?
I said that I felt that if they genuinely wanted George Graham to stay as their manager, they ought to start supporting him and the team. And I believe that the majority of supporters would recognise the job that George has done. I want to see him complete the task, and I don't want anybody to drive him away.
I think everybody knows what's going on. I think Spurs have made an official approach. Leeds have said if you can meet our financial compensation, we will let you speak to George. And it's in the hands now of both chairman of Spurs and the chairman of Leeds.
But if Spurs speak to you, what will your decision be?
How can I tell that if I don't know what they're going to be saying? I've got to hear what they've got to say first, and then I'll make a decision.
Well, clearly, if they want to speak to you, they want to offer you the job, George.
I can't say any more than that. I mean, how can I speculate? I mean, I'm the Leeds manager. Until I speak to people, I'm still the Leeds manager tonight, and I will be over the weekend.
Well, George is being understandably cagey there, but do you think he's going to come to Spurs, and if so, why is he? Does he think they've got more potential than Leeds, or does he like living in London more, or is it money? What do you think?
Well, it can't be money. He's in a great contract. It's got to be London, because both clubs have got terrific potential. He's gone into Leeds and done a marvellous job. You know, Tottenham fans are worried because he's an Arsenal man, but surely they don't want to struggle year after year after year after year. It's time for somebody to go into the Tottenham job and get it sorted out. I think that George Graham has got a terrific track record, and he's the man for the job.
They didn't mind Pat Jennings playing for both clubs, did they, once upon a time?
Again, we'll go back. People don't mind if you're winning. You know, it's if you're losing, they'll start saying about the Arsenal thing. If they're winning, and they haven't been winning for a long time, then you never have a problem.